Hello there. Hello there. I wanted to jump in. I was going to just record it, but then I'm like, I'm just going to jump in live. And I think I'm going to start doing that every week. Um, I'm still trying to figure out what would be a good time to schedule it so that you're all aware of, but decided to just jump in. And before I get started with the topic of today, and it's going to be a short video, but this is going to be the topic that I am going to be covering in my content, in my newsletter, in my podcast, and it's all about cravings, right? Because let's face it, like let's think about this. Have you ever finished lunch and felt perfectly full, right? You know that you just had a substantial amount of food, and boom, out of nowhere, you're craving chocolate, you're craving chips, and it's a very hyper focus, very specific. You know you're not hungry, but your craving feels so loud. Does it sound familiar? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not broken. It's not that there's something wrong with you. 90% of people experience cravings. And today I want to share a little bit why they happen, how you can work with them instead of fighting them. Because it may be a fight that you may not be living to win sometimes. So let's talk a little bit about what hunger and appetite and cravings are, because a lot of people kind of confuse the three. But hunger is technically the body's signal for fuel. You're hungry, your body's saying, I need fuel. Appetite is just that general desire to eat, right? Like some people don't have that much appetite, right? They're like, oh, I'm eating, but it's not like I have that desire. Hunger is like, okay, your body definitely needs the fuel. But then cravings, it's different. It's laser focused. It's that urge for that one specific type of food or one specific profile, meaning you want something salty or you want something sweet or you want something very specific. And they're often more about the way that they are versus having an empty stomach, because you can have them even though you have just eaten. Now, the science, there is a bit of science there, and I'm going to go through it. I know it's not the most fun thing, but I always like to mention a little bit of the science. Now, cravings will light up your reward system in your brain, right? So dopamine gets released. Suddenly, that cookie feels irresistible, right? So it is all about hormones and things that the brain produces. Then now you're like, oh my God, I got to have that cookie. And other hormones like leptin and serotonin, they also play a role. So shifts in estrogen and progesterone sometimes for the ladies that are menopausal, like that's another element that actually influences it. So this is why sometimes ladies have certain cravings at certain times of the month. It is your body, right? Like now, there is also the blood sugar, right? Like we know that there is like the hormonal aspect, there's a biological aspect. Now, there is the blood sugar that typically, when you're having a big blood sugar spike, then it crashes and your brain just craves that fast fuel. So when you're experiencing that, that's when you suddenly just want those sweet things. It's typically carby stuff, whether it's sweet or salty. You want things that are high in carbs because your brain is trying to get that energy and is trying to get it quick. And quick energy is carbs. Now, cravings are not just biology. Yes, there is the hormones. Yes, there is the time of the month for the ladies. Yes, there's all these other things, but it's not just biology. Um, Other elements like stress, you being bored, right? Emotional, right? Like if you're going through sadness, if you're going through something difficult. So they all turn up the volume for cravings. And then there is their environment, right? Walking past a bakery and smelling the cookies, or scrolling through Instagram and seeing an ad that has a delicious plate of food or whatever that is, and watching a movie. Right. And immediately knowing that, well, whenever I watch movies, I get the popcorn. These things are links that the brain has created over the years, and it links food with moments. So sometimes, even with my clients, I have had cases in which there's a certain food that pretty much is the image of comfort. Every time that client wants comfort, they will gravitate towards that food. And it could be tied even to childhood. There's just so much complexity on it. But once that connection is built, it just shows up like clockwork. Your brain is going to remind you of these things. And that is the key of finding out how to break that cycle. So, the first thing, what is the first thing that you need to do? First, don't feel upset. Cravings are not flaws, they're information. Think about it as your body trying to tell you something. Now, you need to decode what they're trying to tell you. Now, next time you get that craving and that craving hits, pause for 60 seconds and name it. Say exactly what is it that you're craving. Are you craving something sweet? Are you craving something salty? Are you thirsty? Are you looking for celebration? It's something cool happened and you want to celebrate. Or are you feeling a bit down and you just kind of like want to feel better? Naming it gives you a little bit of space to process that and also gives you power because now you understand the cravings don't have to control you. You can control the cravings. Now, a pro tip that I would say on the side, try not to skip meals. Skipping meals, it's typically one of the main reasons why you may experience more cravings than the usual. And even with me, when I skip breakfast, and it happens at times, even though I am aware that it does have a side effect on me, is that my cravings just go through the roof. And having balanced meals and simple snacks and having these things available, like having Greek yogurt, having a handy protein drink, having apple with some nuts, all these things are better. Because the thing is that if you start having those cravings or something happens and maybe you had to skip breakfast and you don't have these things, guess what? You're going to grab the easiest, you're going to grab the least um, balanced choice, and it's just going to make things worse, I'm afraid to say. So remember, cravings are not proof that you're weak. You're not weak. They're your body, your brain, your environment teaming up, telling you something. Now it's your job to decode that message and actually work with them and be like, okay, am I thirsty? And do I need to get a distraction? Is this out of boredom? Am I just bored? Is this just a routine that I always grab a cookie at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, regardless if you're hungry or not? When you become aware, you can actually actively change these patterns and take control of those cravings. So, if you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up. And I am going to put in the description note, and I'm going to put also in the chat the link to get my free blood sugar balancing snacks list. Is a list that has savory, has sweet, has grab and go options, anything that you need so that you can start fueling your body when these things happen. But I would hope that you found this helpful, and please share in the comments if you have a favorite snack, if you have been practicing any of these tips, and if you want to hear anything else specifically about cravings. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.